So we are getting dinner started early. We've got some corned beef and we're gonna toss it in the crock pot all day. There's a lot of juices, so I'm gonna just toss that in there. I'll be back. Uki, the meat is in. That's not what it, nope, okay. Got that in there. I did make a mess, but you just wipe it down. Once I put the lid on it, then you bleach around. I am gonna put a little bit of water. Just some. I do want this to stew up. I'm pretty sure it will. And yes, I know corned beef was supposed to be done a couple days ago, but you know, whatever. We're here, okay? And then I'm going to put this on high for the first 15 minutes. It's on. It is on. Okay? So, you hit the timer. "15 minutes. Just to get things going. And then we'll turn it down to low for the rest of the day. Now, I would put this on high for 15 minutes and then forget about it for the next 3 hours. That's why I use alarms. That's it. Okay, that was dinner. Let's move on with life. All right, what else do we have going on here? So, that distorted thing right there where my finger is, that's a dead gopher. This is, it's whole. Because the hole hasn't been covered up, it just tells me that there's only one around here. So I'm gonna throw the thing that's right here away. I've got gloves. Okay, I'm not touching it with my bare hands. But yeah, let me throw that away and we'll come back and look at the hole. Okay. These are the Victor. Do I have the name on there? Victor Gopher. I usually get these ones from Home Depot because the ones at Lowe's have a weird green coating and they kind of suck. Unless they stopped and just have these shiny silver ones. When I come home, I tie them to a strong string, you know, those, and then I tie it up to something else. I have a lot of these, so that way when the gopher gets trapped and it tries to run away, you can still retrieve your trap. I'm guessing this happened not last night, but the night or morning. Yeah, not last night, but the night before. Oh, my 15 minutes are up. So I had all yesterday, because I took it out and I left it here. It's gone. I took it out and I left it here. So I had all day yesterday and all last night for this hole to cover up, which tells me that that was the last one. I'll say last one because we found one in the pool. So we do believe it had a buddy, either a pup or a mate or a sibling that wouldn't leave him alone, or a child from last time that just wouldn't leave home. So we've got 2 of them now. Okay, we've thrown away 2 of them now. I'm gonna leave that open. I'll close it up later, but that's it for outside for today. Well, no, maybe I might come put some plants out, but let me go handle dinner. Are these native? I see these all along the freeway. I know people don't like them, so they call them weeds. But are they native? I know these ain't. These weird chamomile looking things. The only reason I keep it is because it's giving this shade. Where is it? That? A Johnny Jump Up? That thing looked dead yesterday. So with this 100-degree weather, I need to up my watering game. Probably do it like every morning and stop doing it at the evening. I wanted to wait till March to stop the evening watering. But that ain't gonna happen. I have to stop the evening watering now so that I won't have mushrooms growing. And I need to up it to daily so that my plants don't dry out. Yesterday, Tuesday, I didn't have time to water my plants. And yesterday, Wednesday, I came out and I watered everything, and everything was looking sad. They definitely need that weekly watering, you know, directly with the hose, directly into the pots. And then I got the dry areas wet so I could see it run down. So everything got wet nicely. Which basically all I did yesterday, because yesterday I wanted to go get my hair done. But yeah, things are looking better. They were definitely hurting yesterday. These all looked dry. So I don't think I want to garden today. I'll come back next Tuesday. Tuesday will be a good day. Hopefully I figure out what this is. And if it's native. If it is, I'll leave it. If it's not. Because I know that these little flowers attract a lot. This, like, I'm standing here videoing this and the side of my face is already burning. This sun is hot. It is mean. It is a mean, mean sun. As far as weeds that I took out, like my petunias are not doing the best. But they have the purple ones at the store. I don't want them to die. But if they do, they've got the purple ones now. So, you know. This sage did not do good. It flipped over. There's like a little bit. Hopefully it comes back. There's this bit here that is surviving. There's a couple of plants here. So hopefully this comes, this. Oh, I think it's finally breaking through the bottom. Okay. So it's not going to fall over anymore. Because it fell over and it dried out. And it's not as windy anymore. So it won't fall over. Hopefully the roots will keep rooting. So if the roots are rooting down to past the pot, that means that it's growing. And if it's growing, I just gotta keep loving it. These are kind of cute. Like, this one is dying out, but this one is coming in, and like, so it has a variety of color. That is so pretty. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so I'm not hating those. I just do want them more up towards the back because they are blocking water. And look at these petunias. My petunias. This Alyssum is the only one that's been growing. All of my other ones are struggling hard, but they're still there somewhere. The sweet peas didn't grow. They're still there. See that right there? That's a sweet pea. And it is just not going to grow anymore. We'll try again next year. We'll put them out in November next year. And hopefully by this time, there'll be nice tall vines. Not veins. Johnnies are having a hard time. No marigolds are growing there. If I find the small marigolds, hopefully I highly doubt I'll be able to find Johnnies. This is not the season for them in the store anymore. But if I find the small marigolds, I'll probably take those out, readjust that pot, like all the, pots that are of that variety, and I'll fill them in. Let me see what else. I got some California poppies trying their hardest to be native to this disastrous weather. And then that's a petunia. See how the petunias aren't doing great? This heat just came out of nowhere and is beating the crap out of all of us. These heliotropes were dried and dead. They were sad sticks. This one specifically, it was dry, it was dead, and it's coming back nicely. I have something over here growing, and then all of my I can't remember the name. Dianthus is the name that I come up with, but that's not the one we all want. Here it is. Okay. This is the name. The Heliotrope. It's a tender perennial. Large clusters of very fragrant flowers. Fragrant is an understatement. Do I not have the name? Oh, what are those little cheap flowers? You know what they're called. Carnations. Carnations. That's the name. Carnations. Alright, that was loud and annoying. Carnations is the name of these ones here. These ones smell like cinnamon. These ones smell like vanilla cookies. So you got cinnamon vanilla cookies here. That's a very good smell. Now my front door is in that direction, and the wind blows in that direction. So once these are strong and established and big and fragrant, oh, I can't wait to come outside. Which I would smell before I took everything out of this corner. I would smell the cinnamon. It was a strong, beautiful aroma. Oh yeah, I can smell it now. I don't know what that is. Oh no, you know what? These are weeds. I don't have anything small growing here. I didn't put seeds down here. So nothing should be growing. I should not be... Oh yeah, it smells like the vanilla that you use, like vanilla extract. You know, vanilla extract doesn't always smell like vanilla cookies. It's just like a strong licorice, or liquory, like you know, alcohol infusion thing. But once it wafts up out and into the air and through your nostrils, that's where the vanilla cookie comes from. So up close and personal, it's a bit strong. I had something. What was I saying? I was saying something. Words, phrases. Okay, I'm going inside. I'm burning up. See you in a minute. Hello, and welcome to Perished Garden. A lot going on already. So yeah, I came in, I cooled down, I'm sure I ate and drank something. And now I'm cleaning out the sink. Starting off with a bleach run. And then I'm gonna handle those dishes, kind of, I think. There's a vase there, a vase. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, what am I doing? I'm just wasting time. Okay, so I am rearranging one of the vases I have, but you can't really see what I'm doing, so I got rid of all that. You see some of the flowers there, and I'm working on those basil that I have on the window. It's not doing great, but, you know, in case I ever want fresh basil for some reason. There it is. Trying my hand at hydroponics. Whatever. Trying my hand and not being great at it. All we need to know. Ooh, okay, we discovered this. Anything that does this to my structure is not a friend of mine. Okay? Yes, I know everybody's gonna have answers and opinions and stuff. Not a friend. That is not a friend. That is my patio. Not a friend. There was a lot that happened this day. So we discovered that all that mess. That is a very pretty hole for a bug. And then off to load a day. It is the daily routine that keeps us sane. Is it? Honestly, sometimes it makes me want to go insane. My phone looks a little funny. Anyways, you see that stay. Okay, if you think you're gonna buy white shoes, and you're like, yeah, I'll keep them clean, and you have a mutt, particularly a mutt like mine, this particular mutt right here, or something of equivalent mass, that little brat is not gonna help you keep your shoes white. Okay? They'll find a way to get their snout and drool all over it. And for some reason, it is impossible to get dog drool off of white shoes. You don't believe me? I've tried 6 times already. You saw the shoes going in. You saw the bleach. I don't have a before and after. Maybe I'll take a picture and just put it in randomly in a video, but no. No, don't get white shoes if you have a drooly doggy. Drooly doggy and white shoes do not mix. Now ask me why I have 2 pairs of white shoes. Clearly I'm an idiot. Anyways, I have blue shoes now. Laundry. No, not laundry. Dishes. Dishes ready to go to dishwasher. Dishwasher down there open. That's a vase, so that doesn't go in the dishwasher. Not wasting dishwasher space on that. Oh wait, dishes had to be put away first. That little press thingy, I have to wash my hand. I have to soak it. Like, I like the concept of it. Just smash and you know, instant chop. I like that. That doesn't always work out. Everything needs to be cleaned. And then everything had a mass migration. Those are the little scrubbies I told you about. You get them at Target. They're great for all sizes of stuff, especially if you have like baby stuff. But if you just have straws and random small things that need to be scrubbed out, also. I don't have babies anymore, but I need that. What am I looking for? Ah, cleaning supplies. More cleaning supplies. Gotta get everything out of the way. I really need to get rid of those towels. They're still there. Yep. You're gonna see why I'm so grossed out that those towels are still there. It's taxi. This dumb mutt needs a bath. Now this poor dog. It's a miniature schnauzer. If you don't know what a miniature schnauzer haircut looks like, just Google it, miniature schnauzer, and you'll see it. Long brows, long skirt, short body, long legs. And she has a mat in her ear with earwax. Anyways, because Big Stink is outside and he pees everywhere, my husband goes outside. There we go, we can see what we're doing. My husband has to go outside and hose down all of the stink. Now, if anybody follows dog groomers, they're going to tell you that washing your dog at home without drying them is the reason why they have mats, especially long-haired dogs. I'm not outside washing her. The floor happens to be wet. She sits on it. She runs around. She lays down on it and then goes and scratches herself on the dirt. I asked my husband to hold her for a second, and he barely wants to touch her and then doesn't prepare himself for this.
No.
What did you expect? Okay, so she's matted, but we just took her to go get groomed, and when we took her, she was good, where they just had to wash her. Why am I? Oh, you can see dirt. She gets really dirty out there. Anyways, when we took her to go get groomed, she was good. They didn't have to deal with any mats, but now she is matted like around the skirt area. That's what they call that part of the groom skirt. So because we do have a lot of issues with her matting up, I do something, well, I have them do something called a false skirt, where basically from the chest, the inner chest, kind of like the ribs, down to the armpit, down to the inner leg, right around where the ankle would be, the air quotes there, um, they shave it all off. And they do that on both of the front legs and then also on the back legs. The whole inside of the leg all the way down to where the ankle would be. So like the booties are fully there. They're fully haired. But everything above the booties on the inside is shaved off because she gets so many armpit mats. So here you see me trying to gently brush some of that conditioner through the hair. Um, yeah, I say this is the only way if you don't have a high velocity dryer and you have trained your dog to trust you, because if your dog doesn't like to be brushed, there's no helping it. Um, Dog trusts you. Conditioner getting scrubbed deep, deep in there. This is the only way to do it. Otherwise, your dog will just end up with worse mats. Now, you're going to see me do it. What I do is, obviously, I wash. I try to get everything deep, deep in there. I try to be as gentle as possible. I try to brush gently as much as possible with conditioner in her hair. And then when she is drying off, I brush her dry. So I brush her while she's wet with leave-in conditioner. Now again, I am trying to be as gentle as possible. What I do is I find a mat. I either cut it off I do cut off Matt. I don't mind her being with a funny haircut, but if it can be brushed out and she's not trying to bite me, I hold the hair at the skin. See how I'm pinching the hair there? I'm holding it at the skin and then I'm brushing on the other side of the skin. So it's not necessarily pulling her skin. That's the best way I know how to do it. I also, like I said, I have a leave-in conditioner for her. Also, her false skirt goes all the way up to her mid chest area. So right around the armpit, all straight across to the next armpit is all gone. And the center, her tummy. So literally all I'm brushing is her feet and her edges. Thankfully, I don't need to brush her stomach and lower chest area because that would definitely hurt even if I'm holding it. It's not fun and I don't like to do it. Like I said, it's not because she's neglected or anything like that. It's just she gets wet from the water that's outside. Also, I don't know if you've seen Big Stink drink, but water is always spilling out of his mouth. And sometimes he likes to start chasing her with the drool. I've seen him get her all wet. It is not pleasant. There's like drool spots. She looks like she has gel on her hair from his drool. So this is just environmental. Um, since I washed her, she is doing better. She's not so mad at it. I have brushed her a couple times. There was a few mats that after this they were still there, so I had to get those. So she's been brushed. Sometimes she just really doesn't let me like she will avoid everyone in the house if I'm around, especially if I'm sitting down. So if I'm sitting down on the couch, she'll come and run on my lap until I reach for the brush. Then she'll run away. When she's getting that bait, like she'll tolerate it a little bit more. It's like almost like she knows, like this is the situation, and it'll be better if I just chill. So here you see me messing with the leg. One way I like to brush is I grab the leg from the toes and I pull the hair up and I slowly crisscross the brushing. That way I could separate out mats. So if the hair is good, I'll brush it down. But if it's not, I'll brush it back up and I'll know which bit is bad. And then I'll work on that. And if I'm able to like center it out, like really hone in on what's good and what's not, then I get that other comb and I gently try to pull out the mat while holding onto the skin. Constantly holding on and pulling back the skin towards her so it doesn't hurt. Here I'm probably brushing her chin. She really hates the chin being brushed, but thankfully that chin was really good. So it was just like, straining everything out. But because she has small amount of hair, it's not full body, and because I'm not letting her go out to air dry, she doesn't get matted like this. So she's fully dry. Here, I think I'm done. I'm just cleaning up now. She's fully done. She's fully dry. My leg is asleep. Yeah, she goes out there. I think Big Stink also goes out. I don't know. But you see how the hair is nice and fluffy now? That's because it's dry. And she doesn't have all that hair on her undercarriage. How much time do I have? Not much time left. But yeah, that was my very busy day. And this is my very clean dog. I attack her chin a few more times here, but as a treat and a reward, I get them both carrot. You'll see them come up here in a minute. I also go back to the crock pot in a second. You'll see it. I add carrots, corn, and some water. You don't need to add any more seasoning to that corned beef. that has plenty of salt to overly salt everything. But since the meat was already cooked, there's a carrot. Since the meat was already cooked, this is after picking up the kids from school. I tossed the carrots in there. So it was there from 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 6 hours. See? You can see carrots down there, and you see me putting the corn in, and you just let it sit there for like another hour. You add some already hot water, and that will help finish cooking everything. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.